Hey guys, here's Louie. Well guys, on this video I'm going to explain if you ever did a brake conversion kit, that is a disc brake power brake conversion on a classic car, this one being a 1968 Firebird. If you ever ran in to having your brakes locking up, if you guys stay tuned towards the end of this video, I will explain myself what's the next step on the Lovebird and also what's up next for the first generation garage here. So let's move on to the brake video. Here on the bench, I have some things that could fail on you. So if you're driving your classic car down the road and you happen to run into the issue of your brakes locking up, well, on these disc brake conversion, I have found, and many other people have found, and please, if you have run into this problem, I really will appreciate if you will leave a comment or your experience down below on the comment section, for we could all learn from it. And also, if you guys have run into it, just tell me, yep, it have happened to me, and I will appreciate it. So if you happen to drive down the road, as I was saying, and start smelling brake burning, the pads are really burning up and things are getting hot, and you're scratching your head, and if you could possibly make it back to your house to diagnose your problem, so now it's time to start thinking like a mechanic. Okay, so here we have an original master cylinder to one of these first gen F-body cars. Okay, like I said, this could happen to any upgrade. It don't have to be a Firebird. But here we have a master cylinder, okay? And this setup here will be for like a manual brake car, okay? Without the brake booster behind it. And this your distribution block, okay? Original. That's what was the setup back then. And this could be a culprit also, okay? So you start thinking like a mechanic. Is it this? Is it this? Is it my brake holes? Is it a whole bunch of other stuff? So you start saying, is it the metering block? And then come to find out it's not this. You start moving down the road and say, well, it could be my master cylinder. It could be my adjustment rod here. And if you guys could see, there is threads. I don't know if the camera is catching that, but there is threads here because you adjust this to your brake pedal. And this will go behind here. And your brake pedal will go here. And as you press your brakes, just go in and you have brakes. And as you guys could see, this one, the center is solid. Okay, and when I mean the center is solid, there ain't no hole for the push rod to go in. Now, you move to the brake hose, and this happens to be for a disc brake, okay, caliper. And you start checking out the holes. You say, man, but these holes are brand new, even though I have seen new stuff failed. But let's say you test this out, you check everything, you go over it, and you say, well, it's not that. It's happening to me, still happening to me. Okay, you start going to your master cylinder. By the way, here's the part number. Okay, this is the master cylinder that they will sell you with a disc brake conversion kit upgrade. Okay, and this is how it looks. All right, I have installed these master cylinders in a 1967 GTO. I have installed it on the Ladybird, okay? And I installed something that looks like this. It's basically almost the same thing on the Lovebird, and I'm going to show you guys pretty soon. But this is how it goes. And as you could see at the back of the master cylinder, there is a hole. It's not solid like this one is. There is a hole here, okay? And she's about that deep, okay? Look at that. Exactly to that little bullet here. I call it a bullet, okay? And this goes in here. And what it does, it fills in the hole behind the master cylinder here where the rod will go. And some kits sell the rod that you could adjust it. You could back it in, you could back it back out. And there's a whole bunch of measurements here you could do and adjustments. All right. But let's say your application just sold you with the rod, okay? And the only adjustment you will have will be for the brake pedal adjustment, okay? All right. And you take this master cylinder and you install it on the car. All right. So this disc brake conversion that I did, and if you guys could see, the Lovebird is disc brakes on the front. All right. I pieced out this I have pieced out this front brake conversion kit, excuse me. I have videos. You need to go back on my YouTube channel at First Generation Garage and go back on this build of the Lovebird. And I showed everything. I showed where I bought it and stuff like that. I pieced it out and I was able to buy it way cheaper than you going out there and buying those conversion kits, which they like $800, maybe $900 now, something like that. The last one I installed was like up in the $800 and something range. But I showed you how to go a cheaper route. As things go up now, I don't know if it's any cheaper right now, but at the time it was, and this was only a couple of months back. Anyway, so we are here in front of the master cylinder, and behind it, that big round gold circle you see there, it's a power brake booster, okay? Now, I have found the issue of your front brakes or rear brakes, let's call it just brakes, locking up on you, okay? And these nuts over here, right there, and there's one here and one over here, 11/16. All right. The best way you could do this is to diagnose your problem, having your brakes locking up on you after you installed the upgrade on the brake system, is you back these out a little. You need to start playing with adjustment here. So just back them out a little bit, quarter of a turn, 3/4 of a turn, a full turn, and go for a little drive around the neighborhood, come right back, and you're probably gonna experience that your brakes are not locking up on you anymore. Now you're scratching your head and saying, well, what do I do from this point on? I'm gonna tell you what you need to do from this point on. If you do not want to get deep into it, you could back out these nuts, pull the master cylinder forward as much as you can, okay? If you have any, if the lines allow you to, the brake lines that is, and you could probably put a washer behind the master cylinder, push the master cylinder back in, put the nuts back, torque your nuts down, and you won't have no more problems because you gave it a little gap, a little space. Okay, and I'm going to tell you what that little space I'm talking about. So now we're going back to the bench, and I'm going to show you two things that you could do to solve the problem. And I'm telling you, this has been the problem in my experience. So it's either you go take out the rod and grind some off, okay, to make the rod shorter, okay? And that means you will have to go into your car, take off your brake pedal, okay? You really don't have to take off the brake pedal, but you have to unloose the rod that is down there, take out the rod, and start grinding down the rod, okay? Your brake pedal rod. Start grinding it down. Because what's going on here, the rod is too long, okay, and she's putting pressure, so that means she's engaging the brakes, the caliper and or drums, whatever you have, is holding up the brakes, okay? That's what's going on here. So to give it a little gap that this is not engaged, only engaged when you press on your brakes, is either you start grinding down on your brake rod. And I'm not talking, it's not going to be a whole bunch. It's going to be very little. You could find how much by when you back up the nuts and you see that little space that it gave you. You go for your drive. You come back. You see your brakes don't lock up no more. You know how much to take off. Or you take out this bullet. Like I said, I call it a bullet. I forgot the proper name for this. But you take out this little bullet, okay, and you see the side that it's bevel. Don't touch this side. You want that bevel for when the rod comes and she's round to go into place here. So don't touch this end. You're going to touch the flat end, okay? And with a bench grinder, anything you have that you could grind this down, maybe a file also. I mean, you're going to work hard with a file, but it will get the job done. You start taking some material away, and it's very little. I mean, extreme, it's not a whole lot. You put this sucker back in here, okay? Put your master cylinder back, torque down your nuts, hop in the car, go back out for a drive, and you are going... You will realize that your brake is not locking up, and that's when you come back to the channel and give me a thank you. But that's my experience, guys. It's that simple, okay? You have two options here. Either you grind down your rod or you grind down the bullet. Not on the bevel side, on the other side, okay? And trust me, she will release. It will not give you the issue of locking up brakes. I went through this not too long ago with the Ladybird, okay? Scott, when he took the Ladybird back home, Scott is enjoying his car right now. He's driving the Ladybird. He absolutely loves the car. He's doing great. He's moving forward, getting her more done. She has a windshield now. Her top goes up and down. He's doing great with the car. And he had this experience with Ladybird. And I told him what to do to Ladybird. I actually gave Jonathan from Vinyl Village Garage a call. And a lot of times we'll put our brains together. But he went through this problem and he explained it to me. And we both agreed, and I asked John, well, I should make a video. He said, go ahead, make the video. He actually told me, if you don't, I will. But I'm here making the video, buddy. And he's going to leave a comment down because he also went through this problem. And it worked, okay? It absolutely works. And those are the two options that I found. That could take it off, you know, cure the problem, fix the problem. And it's to grind down on that little bullet or grind down on the push rod, okay? But Scott did exactly that to Ladybird. He backed out the nuts and he gave it a good drive. Came back to his house and he told me, hey, Louis, the brakes are not locking up on me, and I told him what to do. So with this video also will help him what to look for, and for what to look for with you guys. And like I said, remember, disc brakes or drums, it could happen either or. I mean, the front brakes was locking up on Lady Bird and not the rear, okay, which makes sense. All right, because your first thing that will start locking up will most likely be your front brakes, okay? So that's what happened. I'm telling you, his application was the front brakes, wasn't the rear brakes. But he knows what to look for now, and I hope you guys learned something with this video, what to look for. And that's just the nature of the beast. When you guys are doing an upgrade, sometimes it won't run that smooth as you think. But let's thank God it's not a huge fix. You don't have to take apart the whole system. It's that simple, like I showed you here on the bench. Now, moving forward to what's next here on First Generation Garage. So on First Generation Garage here, I had a issue with the door here, and now I am really happy with this body line right here, and I'm extremely happy with this body line here, okay? If you guys saw a short video that I did on one of those YouTube shorts, I had to add metal to the hinge, okay, to have everything worked out pretty good on the car. All right, nice and flat here, okay? I'm nice here and nice and flat here, okay? This fender, the door was in and the fender used to be out, okay? And this is me just giving a quick mock-up. I'm really not like 100% perfect yet. Like, I'm ready to paint the car. When that day comes that I'm even gonna prime the car, I make sure she's perfect. And I have two more things to fix. At the bottom, the gap is a little bigger. I'll probably add a rod there, add some metal there. And then I have to fix a height problem that I have from the door to the quarter panel. And then I am done with this section. And I'll move to the next step, which will be putting the cocktail shakers in the trunk. Okay, it's a 1969 cocktail shakers. If you want me to show you what's the difference and how I make it work, put a comment below and I'll make that video. But if I don't get nobody putting comments down, I won't go through the video because it's a lot of work. All right, but it's a lot of work to make videos, I'll be honest with you. So I'll just keep on cranking down on the car. But my next step, once I finish the door issue here, I have 4 issues. I'm down to 2 issues. All right, and the last issue will be filling in that body gap. But I will sand the whole car down. All right, get as much paint off as possible. All right, which will be everything, because that's old paint. God knows how many layers of paint that door has. The fender doesn't have much, and the quarter panel doesn't have much, because that quarter panel is a quarter skin I did, and she doesn't have a lot of paint at all. Just the ED coating they give, like that special black paint they give for it not to rust. Then I will shoot epoxy primer, seal the car. Once I seal this car, I'm gonna park the car back into the bird cage until I'll finish getting the other Firebird done. The one that I made a video that she's a survivor in great shape, okay? I haven't named that Firebird yet. I will have to get to the owner to see if he has a name. If he don't, start putting something down in the comment what you think that Firebird should be called. It will be coming here, and I am responsible to do all the mechanicals to that car. Front suspension, rear suspension, and you guys are going to see the first startup on that car after 40 plus years. Okay, that is saying if everything goes well. So keep an eye on that video. The video will be coming out soon, the first startup on that car. Then the mechanic work starts. Once I finish all the mechanic work, I'll get back to the owner and tell him that he could possibly take the car back home. I mean, if he's comfortable, he could drive it back home, because I'm not responsible doing no body work to that car unless he's willing to give me the job as to go do forward the body work, and the last thing will be, of course, paint. But that's what's next on First Generation Garage, guys. So share, like, subscribe, and you'll see another Firebird getting saved, ready to hit the road. Take care now. Like I always say, keep your hands dirty and your project will move forward. Bye-bye.